Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and I post about books here on YouTube. And today I want to talk a bit about some books that I want to read in the new year. And that is 6 big books that I want to finish this year. Some of them are quite daunting, but I am hoping to get through some of them. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about them with you guys. So the first one I have on this list is a classic, and that is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I have read quite a few Steinbecks, including Grapes of Wrath, and right now I'm currently reading The Winter of Our Discontent. But I see so many people say that this is either their favorite book of his or their favorite book of all time, and I've just been really dying to get to it. I don't know, I guess I have high hopes, which makes me a bit nervous, and it is on the bigger side, but I'm also hoping that this is sort of the Steinbeck that I really enjoy, because I've been sort of mostly not a huge fan of his style personally. I am currently liking the one that I'm reading right now, so hopefully this one is one that I enjoy, and yeah, I'm just excited to get to it. And then the next one I have is a fantasy, and that is The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. When I bought this book, I didn't quite realize just how thick it is. What is it in pages, I wonder? 648, pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I've been looking recently for some more fantasy novels to dive into. I think I've got kind of burnt out on fantasy and romantasy in particular, but I've heard really good things about this, and I'm hoping to sort of delve back into the genre and find parts of it that I do enjoy. And yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is about, let us fly now to the Empire of Owen, where after 24 years of peace, the reign of Bersen the Brusque has come to an end. In the dizzying heat of midsummer, 7 exceptional warriors, thinkers, and strategists compete to replace him. When one of them is murdered, it falls to Nima Kra, the Emperor's brilliant, idiosyncratic high scholar, to find the killer and fight for the throne. Nima believes she is alone, but we are here to help. All she has to do is let us. If she succeeds, we will win an empire. If she fails, death awaits her, but we won't let that happen. We are the Raven, and we are magnificent. So yeah, that's that one. A bit dense, but I think it'll be really fun, and I'm excited to give this one a go. I've heard really good things about that. And then the next one I have on the list is a horror, and that is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Again, I feel like I've seen a lot of people talking about this recently, and it's been on my shelf for a while, but it is ginormous, and I think that has sort of put me off a little bit for this one. But I really want to tackle it this year, and I don't know, I'm a Stephen King fan. I think sometimes some things in his work are weird, but I'm hoping to really enjoy this one. And the blurb for this is, life can turn on a dime or stumble into the extraordinary as it does for Jake Epping, a divorced high school English teacher in small-town Maine. While grading essays by his GED students, Jake reads about such a destined moment through a gruesome, enthralling piece penned by janitor Harry Dunning. 15 years earlier, Harry somehow survived his father's slaughter of the entire family. Jake is blown away, even as a more bizarre, life-altering secret comes to light when his friend Al, owner of the local diner, enlists Jake to take over the mission that has become his obsession, to prevent the Kennedy assassination. How? By stepping through a mysterious portal in the diner storeroom into the era of Ike and Elvis, of big American cars, sock hops, and cigarette smoke. Finding himself in warm-hearted Jody, Texas, Jake begins a new life. Yet all turns on this treacherous road leads straight to a troubled loner named Lee Harvey Oswald. The course of history is about to be rewritten. So it's a really interesting concept, and yeah, I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to delve into it, but it is on the bigger side, so I have got to dedicate quite a bit of time to this. What is it? 849 pages. So yeah, pretty decent size, and yeah, we'll hopefully start this one soon. And then the next couple I have are in the sort of literary fiction sphere, and the first one is The Nix by Nathan Hill. This is a book I've had on my shelf since it came out, and I don't even know, I think it was maybe 2016 when I bought this. Yeah, 2016, so it's been quite some time, and it's just been sitting on my shelf looking at me for years and years, and 10 years actually. Now it's 2026, which is insane. So I think it's about time that I finally actually sit down and read this. So the blurb for this one is, a Nix can take many forms. In Norwegian folklore, it is a spirit who sometimes appears as a white horse that steals children away. In Nathan Hill's remarkable first novel, Nix is anything you love that one day disappears, taking with it a piece of your heart. It's 2011, and Samuel Anderson, college professor, stalled writer, has a Nix of his own, his mother Faye. He hasn't seen her in decades, not since she abandoned the family when he was a boy. Now she's reappeared, having committed an absurd crime that electrifies the nightly news, beguiles the internet, and inflames a politically divided country. The media paints Faye as a radical hippie with a sordid past, but as far as Samuel knows, his mother was an ordinary girl who married her high school sweetheart. Which version of his mother is true? True facts are certain. She's facing some serious charges and she needs Samuel's help. To save her, Samuel will have to embark on his own journey, uncovering long-buried secrets about the woman he thought he knew, secrets that stretch across generations and have their origins all the way back in Norway, home of the mysterious Nix. As he does so, Samuel will confront not only Faye's losses but also his own lost love, and will relearn everything he thought he knew about his mother and himself. From the suburban Midwest to New York City to the 1968 riots that rocked Chicago and beyond, the Nix explores with sharp humor and fierce tenderness the resilience of love and home, even in times of radical change. So yeah, I can see why I picked it up originally, and it sounds so good actually. I think I might have to up this one on the list and maybe read this one next, but yeah, I'm hoping that it's really good. I've seen really good things about this one, but yeah, I just love it. I love the cover of that, and it is big, but that is not an excuse, Laura. So I'm going to get to it. That's my promise to myself for the new year. And then the next one is also one that I desperately need to read. It is my mom's favorite book, and I've been telling her I'm gonna read it for ages now and just haven't yet. So I need to read this one in the new year, and that is A Prayer for Owen, Meany by John Irving. The blurb for this is, I am doomed to remember a boy with a wrecked voice, not because of his voice or because he was the smallest person I ever knew, or even because he was the instrument of my mother's death, but because he is the reason I believe in God. I am a Christian because of Owen Meany. So begins John Irving's new novel. Living in Toronto, an American exile recalls a childhood friendship that changed his life. In the summer of 1953, two 11-year-old boys, best friends, are playing in a Little League game in Gravesend, New Hampshire. One of the boys hits a foul ball that kills his best friend's mother. The boy who hit the ball doesn't believe in accidents. Owen Meany believes he is God's instrument. What happens to Owen after that 1953 foul ball is extraordinary and terrifying. So yeah, it sounds really interesting, and I'm excited to read it and find out why it's my mom's favorite. And yeah, I've read other stuff by John Irving. I think, actually I've only read one. I read The World According to Garp a long time ago when I was in high school, and that is one that I'm hoping to reread maybe this year or sometime soon. But I need to get to this one first. It sounds really interesting, and yeah, I want to see what it's all about. And this is my mom's original copy, and so that's pretty cool as well. Then the last one I have in the book is another book that my mom gave me that she really liked, and that is The Hour I First Believed by Wally Lamb. Again, on the bigger side, which is sort of the theme of this video. I guess I don't have to keep showing it. But what is this one? 734 pages, so pretty decent. So the blurb for this one is, Wally Lamb's two previous novels, She Comes Undone and I Know This Much Is True, struck a chord with readers. They respond to the intensely introspective nature of the books and to their lively narrative styles and biting humor. One critic called Wally Lamb a modern-day Dostoevsky, whose characters struggle not only with their respective pasts, but with a mocking, sadistic God, in whom they don't believe, but to whom they turn nevertheless in times of trouble. New York Times. In his new novel, The Hour I First Believed, Lamb travels well beyond his earlier work and embodies in his fiction myth, psychology, family history, stretching back many generations, and the questions of faith that lie at the heart of everyday life. The result is an extraordinary tour de force, at once a meditation on the human condition and an unflinching yet compassionate evocation of character. When 47-year-old high school teacher Caleb Quirk and his younger wife Maureen, a school nurse, moved to Lyttonton, Colorado, they both get jobs at Columbine High School. In April 1999, Caleb returns home to Three Rivers, Connecticut, to be with his aunt, who has just had a stroke. But Maureen finds herself in the school library at Columbine, cowering in a cabinet and expecting to be killed, as two vengeful students go on a carefully premeditated, murderous rampage. Miraculously, she survives, but at a cost. She is unable to recover from the trauma. Caleb and Maureen flee Colorado and return to an illusion of safety at the Quirk family farm in Three Rivers. But the effects of chaos are not so easily put right, and further tragedy ensues. While Maureen fights to regain her sanity, Caleb discovers a cache of old diaries, letters, and newspaper clippings in an upstairs bedroom of his family's house. The colorful and intriguing story they recount spans 5 generations of Quirk family ancestors, from the Civil War era to Caleb's own troubled childhood. Piece by piece, Caleb reconstructs the lives of the women and men whose legacy he bears. Unimaginable secrets emerge, long-buried fear, anger, guilt, and grief rise to the surface. As Caleb grapples with unexpected and confounding revelations from the past, he also struggles to fashion a future out of the ashes of tragedy. His personal quest for meaning and faith become a mythic journey that is at the same time quintessentially contemporary and American. The Hour I First Believed is a profound and heart-rending work of fiction. Wally Lamb proves himself a virtuoso storyteller, assembling a variety of voices and an ensemble of characters rich enough to evoke all of humanity. So it sounds really interesting. I hope that it's good. I have a feeling that it's going to be quite sad and, yeah, heartbreaking, just obviously based on the subject matter, but I really want to read this, and I think I might pair this with the Columbine by Dave Cullen, which is a nonfiction book that I've been meaning to read, and I'll put the video where I talk about that up in the cards, but I think those would be good to go hand in hand together, and I've been wanting to focus a bit on sort of reading things together and being a bit more intentional about when I read things, and yeah, just do that in the new year. Yeah, I'd love to know if you have any big books on your list this year and what they might be. Maybe your thoughts on any of these books, if you have one that you think I really need to start with or anything like that, I'd love to know. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!